Okay, now in this scenario here, what we've done is instead of having each of the sets of numbers, like the quarter 1, quarter 2, 3, and 4, being on their own sheets like we saw earlier, we've actually consolidated them all onto one sheet. And some of the advantages of this is that if you were maybe to go to print this, you could possibly fit this all on one sheet of paper. If you tried to take multiple sheets and try to print them all onto one sheet of paper, it's virtually impossible, so you can't really do that. You could maybe create a macro that would do that. Actually, in my macros videos, there is a macro that I'll show you that will do that, but the point of the matter is that under normal circumstances, that would be a consideration here. But, the sets of numbers are so small that it's pretty easy to kind of just keep it all nice here, not a lot of scrolling that you've got to do to see everything, see? Now, what we can do here is put the formula in, or create a formula that will put this all together for you. Now, let me just say this. If you prefer maybe to use the consolidation tool that we used in the last video, all right, you can do that here. The only problem is that we cannot use the linking feature. So what it will do is it'll actually create, totals that are very accurate based on the existing data. But because it's not linked, we'll end up, if we change anything down here, it will not automatically update here. That's going to be the major problem with that. If we try to do that consolidation with the linking, we're going to have trouble because it's going to try to want to do, remember how it would display in that link, in that time it was like the 4 different sheets that contributed to it, so you'd have like the total, but you'd have the 4 sheets. Well, for some reason, the program, when you go to run that, will not just end up pushing everything down. It says, oh, I can't do it because this is my confined area, and there's no way that I can put all those rows of information in this small area, so it won't expand out. So what I'm going to do here with this example is we're going to do this 2 different ways. I'm going to show you how to do it using a consolidation, just in case you were in a situation where you said, you know what, the data is not going to change down here, so it doesn't matter. So if that's the case, then the consolidation will be very quick. If we do it the other way, using formulas, that doesn't really take much longer, really, to do, and it's linked, so if anything changes at the bottom there in the different quarters, it'll automatically update. But I would be remiss if I didn't show you both ways, just so you see the big picture, okay? So first of all, we're going to do it using the consolidation tool we had before, all right, that we used before. So what you'll do is you'll click over here. Now, the reason why we're going to click there rather than maybe here is because we've already got our labels in here. We've already got the formulas in here. All we need to do is just kind of bring in, this data here, okay, into this area here, and layer them so that they'll all eventually add up in each of the intersections there. Now, so what we're going to do here, first of all, is we'll make sure that we're at B3 here. And then what we'll do is we'll go here to the Data tab. We'll go back to our consolidation, all right? And in the reference area, we're going to leave this as sum here. In the reference area, we'll go ahead and we'll select the first quarter here. So from chip to good old Rasputin, and then down to sale boards, right? And then we'll hit add. Here's our first one, right? Now, the interesting thing here, I'm using my wheel to kind of wheel down now. It doesn't obviously select this area here, so what I'm going to have to do now is now take this one, select it across, then back down again, just like we did before, and then hit add again, see? Scroll down a little bit more. Let's do a little bit more here. And do that range for the third quarter. Add. and then scroll down a little bit more with the wheel on the mouse and select that area there, and then hit add. All right. Now we don't need the labels on the side or on the left, so we leave that alone. And we definitely cannot use this. We'll get an error if we try to do that with the linking. So now all we have to do is hit OK, and there you go. And if you go back up to the top now, you will see everything in place. I mean, it looks nice. I mean, because it's adhering to the formatting that was already in place in this area. Because all I really did here was I took one of these and I copied it up here, and I just got rid of the color and got rid of the existing data. I left the formulas in place, so I've got this now. Now you'll notice though that each of them looks as though you would just type in the number, see? So there's no formulas, so therefore there's no linking. So that's your first way. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just conveniently just kind of get rid of all this. We don't need to, I mean, to do this next step, but it's distracting. So I'll just select it, hit the delete key, and now we're back to square one. Now, this time around we're going to use formulas. Now, you saw what we did already there. That probably, at most, took us a minute maybe to do, maybe a little bit more. So now, here's the next way. We'll click at B3 here. We'll put our equal in, all right? We'll click on the chip. So chip longboards here, chip longboards there. So we're going to do the first quarter there, hit our plus, wheel down a little bit. Here's the second quarter. Click onto that, hit the plus. See how it's accumulating up there? Scroll down to the third one, click that, hit the plus, and a little bit further down, click onto that one. See? We're done. That's it. We hit the enter key, go back up to the top, there it is. And now watch this. Bottom right hand corner, drag it across, let go. Bottom right hand corner, drag it down, let go, we're done. All right. Now, I think that took less than a minute, a lot less than a minute. And the great thing about this is it's all linked. So as you can see here, each of the cells, you can see the addresses up there. So if I go over here, let's say to Kathy paddleboards, all right, and I type in, let's say, 50,000 in there, that will then, you'll see over here how it'll increase a little bit. So now it's up to 210. Not bad. So pretty nice. So that's it, really. So that's about as hard as it gets doing that. So I think this might be something that you'll consider a lot, and especially probably consider this over doing it the other way with the consolidation tool. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you can start using this. Take care.